All right, welcome back to part 3, the final part. This is a little bit more technical, but it's not hard at all, okay? So in order to identify stocks in a more technical way, you can go on your computer, and a lot of people will probably do this. You'll probably just Google, hey, top stocks or anything like that. But I'm going to give you a little bit more of a professional way to do it. And a more professional way to do it is a thing called a stock screener, which means you're going to be screening stocks based on criteria that you set. So for example, let's say I go into a stock screener through the company that I use, and it comes up and it gives you all these criteria. So I go in and I say, hey, I want all large cap stocks. Okay. So it's already going to register. Okay. We only want large cap stocks, whatever that dollar value is for large cap, it's only going to pull those. Now I can filter it even further. I can say, well, I only want large cap stocks that are down 4% within the last 5% in the last month, and also have a PE ratio, price to earnings ratio. We'll talk about that in some later videos. A price to earnings ratio of 12 or less. Usually I've heard 15, but now with the inflated stock market, some people say 25 is good, but that's price to earnings. So that's how much you're paying, your multiple that you're paying on a stock. So you're paying 25 times multiple if it's a 25 PE. So you set your criteria. You say, okay, is it set to outperform? Is it set to underperform? Is it a buy rating? Is it a sell rating? Is it a hold rating? All these things you can filter through to identify your stocks. And then what's going to happen at the end, you're going to hit submit. And then once you hit submit, it's going to spit out all these stocks that met your criteria. And you can look through that list and you can look through until your heart is content. And then, of course, after you even find these, then you have to go and do your research, right? So I'm going to give you a couple of other ways that you can find stocks. It's a little less technical, but it's still a way that you can find stocks without having to think too much, right? So if you subscribe to the Wall Street Journal, you subscribe to CNBC Pro, you subscribe to, like Forbes magazine, Kiplinger, I believe it's called, Kiplinger. You can subscribe to or get these magazines from the grocery store a lot of times. I don't know about Forbes, but I know Kiplinger used to be on the racks. But even in that magazine, you learn more about investing your 401k. You get to read all this stuff, and they put stocks right there in front of you. And half the time, the research is already done for you. Research is usually already done for you. All you have to do is go and understand the company, know the company, understand who their management is, what their PE ratio is, understand their moat, like how defensive are they? Just little stuff like that, like basic common things like that will help guide you in picking these stocks. And there's one more way that I want to tell you about. It was very pleasant when I discovered this. It's a book called, and it's by Joel Greenblatt. And he has what he calls the magic formula. And in this little book, he explains valuation, a very simple way of evaluating a company. He doesn't go too far into details with price to book and all these different types of metrics, but he has a basic formula that he believes works. I haven't tried it yet. He said it's proven that it works, and I like it. I love this formula, and I won't give it away. So you have to go and buy the book. Now, again, I don't get any proceeds from this. I will post a link for this book, but I won't be getting paid for this book. But I want you to look at it and check it out, because I think it's a really good book. All right. So that's part 3. And I hope you guys go away with an understanding of now ways that you can go and identify stocks. And you can always go look on CNBC.com or just CNBC, the TV channel. I think they're about to, I don't want to say it wrong, but they might be about to do something different, because I know they have an app now that they're pushing out. CNBC all day, they're scrolling stocks across the table. I have a watch list. That's another thing you're going to want to have, is a watch list of stocks, so when they drop, you can buy them. stocks that you've researched. I have a watch list of stocks that I got from the CNBC ticker that just scrolls across the screen the entire day. And if you don't know what a ticker is, if you're an NFL person or you watch the NFL draft, that little thing that scrolls on the bottom of the screen, they have that on CNBC where it shows you all these different types of stocks. And I have a watch list and I look at it and I always like to see over time, these little tickers, how well do they do and how well they don't do, right? So those are just some ideas, and I hope that you all can appreciate how simple it can be to find the stocks. The hard work comes in researching the stock. And one last point, it is just because you know a stock doesn't mean that you have to buy it. You have to understand that research must be done. If you don't do the research, then you're selling yourself short. If you're guessing, if you're not putting in the work, then all you're doing is gambling. And the whole idea of the stock market is not to gamble, but the whole idea is to put your support behind companies that you believe are going to grow in the future and earn you a profit that'll allow you to secure your future and build your wealth. All right. That's the goal. Don't ever forget that, because that's what's going to be the goal. Don't let all the things that you see out here, people telling you, oh, go do this, go do that. It's easy. It's easy. I mean, you could stumble across, if I was to play in the NBA, I might be able to stumble across a layup. They leave me wide open because they think I can't play. I might stumble across a layup, but that doesn't mean I belong in the NBA because I made a layup in a game. That just means I was wide open and I can make a layup, right? So just be careful. Make sure you manage your risk and, get out there and get it done. All right. Hey, thank you guys for watching the series. I hope you learned a lot, and I'll see you soon. Thanks for watching.